Hello. So, welcome to another video. I think it's video number 8 in Ruby on Rails Airbnb clone project. And in last video, we integrated device gem and learned how the authentication works for it. And we have already signed in. Now we need options like sign out and sign in, login, those options in this drop down, right? Based on if user is signed in or not. So for that, we'll first have to work on this drop down. So open, close this drop down, right? So again, for that, what we'll be using stimulus. Okay. Uh, Basically, we can do this using document.getElement by ID, those kind of things, but and connecting our JavaScript code with it. But we will use stimulus to make it much more easier and faster. And let's directly dive into it. Stimulus.js. Stimulus.js. Let's have a look. By the way, Stimulus, Turbo, Strada, as well as this Rails framework has been created by Basecamp, which is again a part of 37 Signals. So they have created some wonderful products. Okay, let's have a look. So a modest JavaScript framework for the HTML you already have. Okay, so we can see that there is an HTML code and JavaScript code, and it is providing connection between these two. Let's try it out. Enter name Rajat. Greet. Hello Rajat. So for this sample, they have written this code. Let's have a look. Controller, target, and action. These are the three attributes. Controller is the main attribute. Data dash. Everything starts with data dash. Okay, which is part of HTML. So data controller named hello. Now, because we have named it as hello, we have to name our controller JavaScript file as hello underscore JavaScript hello underscore controller.js. Okay. If it was, let's say, for our case, we will name it as header. So it will be header controller.js. Now, once we have created the controller, we can create targets, data dash controller name dash target. So that's why data dash hello target, and we'll name this target as name. So using this name target, we can access this entire input. How? In our controller, we'll create a target name, and we can use name target, which basically the value of name target is this entire element dot value dot anything that we want to access, right? So similarly for output data, controller name, hello, and target, and the name for the target is output. We are defining that in our targets output and output target, which again is this entire element dot text content. Okay. And then there's third attribute action, which is like event sort of. So data dash action. What action? Click action. Then the controller name, which is hello, and then the function name, which is greet. So whenever this button gets clicked, it will go to the hello controller, check out the greet message, and in this, it will work like it will use the output element and name element to display the result. Okay, so let's use this directly. We already have this in our project. If you have looked at the gem file, let's have a look at the gem file config. Nope, not config, gem file. And turbo rails and stimulus. Okay, stimulus is actually npm JavaScript code, so it should be part of import map and not gem. Stimulus and turbo rails. Okay, so we already have it. Let's try to use it. App. Now this is a JavaScript code. This is again part of controller only, but not this controller folder. This is for Ruby code only. JavaScript controller. So JavaScript controller, and then there is application, hotwire, stimulus. This is just starting the stimulus. Again, some stimulus related default code. Hello world. This is not getting used anywhere. Uh, I'll just skip all these things and let's create new file, header controller.js. And similar to this, let's use this. But instead of these targets, we'll clean this up. use connect, which is like the default function, that method that gets called, and in this console.log header connected. Let's see. Now we have to mention it in our HTML code also, like this data controller, then header. So let's go to our header, which is view header. Let's do this here. Data controller header. Let's just check this in our website. Inspect, console, and refresh. Okay, there is to register controller header type error stimulus. Okay, something is controller controller header. There's definitely some mistake. Okay, we have to use this header connected. So obvious. Okay. So anytime you are using stimulus, always make sure that you are first connected. Okay. Otherwise, the most common problem is that you are writing the code and you are not connected. Now, what do I want to do? Whenever we click on this, I want to capture this click so that I can decide whether to open this drop down or close this drop down, right? So I have to capture this click. How can I capture this click? I can use data action. So let's use data action only. Or instead of that, I'm planning ahead and I'm using target. Let's use target. So I think let's identify this button first. Inspect this, the open user menu. This is the button that we want to focus on. So in this, I have to define the target, right? Data, which controller? Header controller and target. Let's name this target as open user menu. Something simple. I'm just copying this basically. I think this is correct. Controller name target. Controller name target. Okay. Open user menu. I'm copying this. Let's go to this. Static targets. Yes, targets equals to, it's an array of targets. So we'll use this open user menu here. And now using open user menu target, we can access it, the entire element, right? The button element. So for our case, this dot open user menu target dot add event listener will catch the click listener, catch the event in our arrow function, and then console. Let's write this header clicked. Instead it should be button click, but fine. Let's check this out. We can see header clicked is getting worked here. Okay, so again, to repeat, what did we do? We connected this controller first using data controller header. Then we created a target for this button so that we can access this entire button. So, and the name for that target is open user menu. And using that open user menu, this is the element, the entire button, and we have added a listener here. Now let's do one thing. What do we want to do on click? We want to show this drop down and hide this drop down, right? And it would be sort of animation also. So for that, what should we do? We can use L transition. Okay, now here comes another concept. L transition is a NPM package, okay? But in Rails we have gems. So we cannot directly use this and gems and it will work, okay? But instead of that, we can use import map, similar to what we had viewed earlier. I haven't explained that, but we can have a look at it right now. Config import map. So you can see that stimulus which we are using right now is part of pin. It has been pinned here. So all npm packages can be pinned in import map. Okay. And it has been written here. Pin npm packages by running this. Okay, let's run this. Dot slash pin slash import map. There's a command named pin to add new packages. What is the name of this new package? L transition. This is the package name, right? So let's try this. Okay, there is an error with JSPM. Okay, Rails npm import map package issue. Package pin issue. We are unable to pin it, but I think the code that I've written is correct. Let's have a look. Let's start with Reddit first. I find it convenient, but I'm unable to see anything meaningful here. Then there is, what's all this? We'll go through this later on. Just import map is already there. We can pin it like this, but for that we'll have to identify exact path, which is again a problem. Okay, this does have one solution, but it will be a bit complicated. Let's skip that for now. What is this? Yeah, this it is outdated. Given the bin command or pin on pin repeat, what do you think? Okay. Okay, what are the remember local mode? This npm audit do investigate the snap package JSON. I normally check out comments which have some reactions. They give, okay, this is hard, maybe it should work, depending on what JavaScript contribution to that list. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, this one works, I think. It has. Okay, I'm unable to find something meaningful here. Rails import map npm library pin issue. Let's see if something comes up in this. Pin by AML. They should pin this, but it's not working for us. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, we can mention the path. Nope, no command. Maybe it's Rails 7 specific issue. Nothing here. Nope, nothing. Main. Nope, nope. Maybe some GitHub repo has mentioned this issue. Test is download. No. No, 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 no. Dash dash download. Let's try this. Couldn't find, so how will it download? Makes sense. JS deliver from JS deliver. I, I think it might work. Let's see this from JS deliver. But it has added a vendor. We can use that eventually. From JS deliver, JS deliver, JS deliver, JS deliver. There is no other option. I think from unpackage. From unpackage. Yes. Last command it did work, but I don't want a vendor here. For this case, we can use this. It won't create any issues. Uh, but I'm just trying to find the easy route, which was unpackage, right? Let's see. What are the changes here? Same thing has happened with unpackage also. Okay, let's not worry about it. Let's first try to use it. Okay. And what it will do is it will provide us the transition part, right? The drop down transition. So first we have to hide our element, okay, and we can import it like this. First, let's try if this is working or not, because right now I'm not fully sure. It should have worked directly actually. Let's try this console.log enter comma, and we can use this function directly. Okay, let's refresh. Async function and yeah, remove hidden. Great, it is working. So yeah, it wasted around 5 to 10 minutes on this, but it is working. So how we can use this? It has three functions, basically three methods: enter, leave, and toggle, right? Toggle is to toggle the drop down or anything else, but we'll use enter and leave, okay? And let's do this directly. Open, close, nope. Open, drop down. Why do we need this? We don't need these functions. Okay, we need this actually. Uh, we will have to identify which element we want to enter, and we will have to identify which close drop down. We will have to identify which elements we want to exit. So the element would be the entire drop down, right? So let's find out this entire drop down. Inspect this. So we will have to, we can give a target to this, or yeah, we can give a target to this. Application, nope, nope. Let's go to our header and your profile, right? Your profile. This is the div. Let's give it a target data uh, drop down. Nope. The controller name. Header target equals to, let's name it drop down. We want to control this. So in our header controller, we'll add another target. Let's make it alphabetical only. Okay, drop down target. We have this drop down target. So let's use this element, this dot drop down target. This dot opener, this dot drop down target. We want to enter that and we want to leave that. Okay, now what else we can do? Let's do open drop down for now. We will have to hide this by default. Nope, it's not working. Cannot read properties of drop down target. Why? Because it's outside function. So let's pass this element. Let's refresh. Yep, it's working. And what we can do to identify if it's, can we use toggle directly? Yeah, let's use toggle directly for now. Okay, and then there is transition part also, UI part also. So for that, again, if we have a look at this, what does it say? It has some data attributes for data transition, enter, start, and all those things, right? So it has following: enter, enter start, enter end, leave, leave start, leave end. Okay, three in each category. And for our case, let's try to implement this. Entering is from to, leaving from to. Okay, so let's use this. Let's make it a bit clear. A lot of these things might not be useful in terms of the UI part, but I'm not changing that. I'm not focused on that right now. Let's write it here. Okay. What is this 100? Okay. Okay. Great coincidence that it's exactly same. What Tailwind UI provided us, it's same as what the transition is providing. So maybe it's a standard. So let's get rid of this. And now let's run this. Now, if you will notice this, it's actually following a bit of transition. Let's duration this, duration this. So if you, now you can see I've slowed it down, right? Again, refresh. Great, it is working correctly. So for now, I'll stop this video. I'll introduce sign up, sign in, login, those things later on. At the same time, I haven't made any change to our mobile view because I think in mobile it should work a bit differently. Maybe we can introduce this. Inspect. What's the button here? Okay, I'm not focused on this. If at the end we'll see this, or you can do it on your own, it would follow the same process. Long story short, we use stimulus. We face some problem with L transition using L transition, but for now I think it's fine for us. And stimulus has three things: controller, targets, and action. That's it for now. And thank you. Bye bye. Subscribe to this channel. Bye.